Hey, what's up, guys? This is MyGamesGX here. We are with chat, and we are going to be doing my updated post YCS Anaheim branded Dracotail deck list for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, of course. I did participate in YCS Anaheim's side events, not the main event. I had a catastrophic deck list there, and Branded Fusion was not on my deck list, so I chose not to participate in the main event. We are now in like an FTK / hand rip format for Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you need to answer your opponent's play on their turn, or else they are going to take full advantage of you. We have adjusted this list to be much more for going second, or a better going second. So I don't want to give you guys the build I ran at YCS Anaheim, but this is what I would have ran knowing everything now, basically. So 3 Aluber, 2 Albaz, 1 Cartesia, and then 1 Guiding Quem, guys. You might be like, oh my gosh, where's the Cartesias, guys? And Cartesia, while being a good normal summon to play through Rimperm, I still think this card can be a clog in terms of normal summons with hands sometimes. I'd much rather summon her off of Quem or Secretarion Dragon or Fusion Deployment than just, you know, having her hand effect trigger a K9 card, which is still pretty relevant with K9 Crystron winning the YCS. So I put her to 1 to cut down on normal summons, and so far, through the test hands, it seemed pretty good. I was on 2 at the YCS, so you guys can still run the 2. It's just the second one is usually always just candy on top of like the cherry on top, essentially. So the 1 is usually just what you need. Now, if the 1 gets Bestialed, that does suck, but like no one's on Bestials right now. So if people start running more Bestials, I'll just go to 2. But I'm only running 1 Grand Guignol, for instance, in the extra decks, or the extra deck. So it's one of those situations where I don't feel the need to run 2. And then the rest of the branded cards, monsters, Mercurier and Shrouded Dragon, no kit, or no triple Shrouded, or Tragedy, or Adlib. I still feel like the lock is the best way to run in terms of like something to like sound like an Adlib or a lock. And then the 1 Shroud is pretty good because with the Dracotail cards, Shrouded is like your worst extender, right? Because if you draw like Shrouded plus like full Draco hand, it doesn't really do anything for your branded cards. So I still feel like this card is one of the most cuttable cards between the when you're trying to make a branded Dracotail deck that is much more board breaker oriented, or like branded oriented like mine is. And I still feel like Mercurier is very good because we run the branded Lost in this version. We are not on like the heavy hand trap version, but we're still running some hand traps. So having your own in-engine like negate is so good. This is still one of your best negates in the whole game. If you can set a semi-competent board with Mercurier, that's usually just enough, right? So it's definitely very good. It's also pretty good to banish in the graveyard. It's just a solid card overall. In the 1 Shroud, I don't feel myself ever really... It's still just a once per turn, right? Like, so people started running 3 Shroud when they were like, oh, this is hella consistency for branded, but we used to run that card at 1, guys. Like, if you ever need room to go back, you know, go down on cards, it's definitely always something that you can cut. So here's for the Dracotail engine that I also shout to Stefan. Stefan is the GOAT, getting me the full Euro-English. First person I came up to asking for it, too. Had the full Euro-English max rarity Dracotail core to swap for me for my regular American English, and it looks beautiful, guys. You guys already saw on stream before, but 3/5 mana, 1 Dracotail Frixel. Draco Schwann's Frixel. This card's so good, guys, for branded Dracotail. I've been back and forth on it, but I think upon more testing, basically, if you can send this off a branded fusion if you have like Lubellion already in rotation. You're on 50, so you're gonna see Lubellion more, or just seeing one of the 3 Sarniers, and then Sarnier can send Lubellion, right? So in that case, you send Dracotail Frixel, and then you can connect into your whole Dracotail engine. Or it's pretty good just to have another name in rotation. Its on-field effect is like all right. It can actually spin you back like your Mirror Jade or Albion. Shout out to Shinjux who actually mentioned that to me, or I think it was Noah Mark, actually. Shout out to Noah Mark, who mentioned how Frixel can also be a pretty good on board effect. It's not like the best, but I'm running the bigger Dracotail engine now in branded because between all the insane end boards going on right now in FTKs, I feel like we need to be able to play on our opponent's turn. Now, I feel like the Dracotail cards help you break the board really nice with Branded Despia, and you might be like, why aren't you just running the hand trap version at 40? Because That's still just Dracotail. You're not breaking boards with that version better than you were with the branded version, or with the normal Dracotail version, outside of like your Mirror Jade push that you get with Branded Fusion. And guess what? Whatever you were running before the Branded Fusion was doing basically the exact same thing. So I still prefer the heavy branded version because you get to really break boards, and running this heavy engine just goes along with it. You know, being Dark Dragon spellcaster, they're all dragons are spellcasters, so they work very well with the branded engine. And Malulu and Frixel being a light and dark is just crazy. And Urgala giving you an in-engine spell and trap card out, plus Pan giving you just a free pop on a monster is insane. Also, they have great graveyard effects. So yeah, no, I still personally believe in the Dracotail version. I also think Lucius you need for Secretarion dragon lines, and it makes your Dracotail engine just like way better. Like, I've debated on cutting this, and like it's just the lines get a lot worse. And if you're running the big Dracotail package, you might as well lean into it and make your Dracotail package actually good. Like, I'm running both traps. I'm running double Therion, Secretarion, right? So my engine's always good, right? It's a full Dracotail package for the most part. All right, so for the Bestials, 1 Lubellion, 3 Saronir, and then 1 Magnemite. I've gone back and forth on the 3 Saronir. I just think they're basically required now because it's engine, and then also it's a good thing to send off a high spirits, and then most importantly, you can out the Mjolnir when they go Kankiri, target Mjolnir in the graveyard to summon it. You can go Saronir to banish it, and they can't lock you. Or if they go Oroborous loop with Eclipse Twins, you can Saronir the Oroborous. They don't run 2 copies, so that just stops getting hand ripped right there on the spot. And they've already committed resources to where their end board gets even like worse at that point. And a lot of people aren't running. Well, okay, so like you go to locals, I don't think you're gonna go see a bunch of Mjolnir locks, right? But like if you go to a freaking regional or something, you're definitely gonna see them. So like, especially post this YCS. So I think something like this is very much what you need for that kind of environment. And Magnemite's just insane. You guys know how good it is in the branded Dracotail hand trap version, but like, in my version, I can obviously search the Shrouded Dragon, but I still like searching out the Malulu just being insane. I think Malulu is just one of your best follow-ups you could ever have off the Magnemite, or just search another Bestial, right? So it's not bad. It's not bad. Someone asked like if I should be running the Druid Swarm or something, maybe on the side. I think that might be doing a bit much because we are running, you know, the 3 Fuelos, 3 Fimena, right? Like, this is our hand trap package, right? 3 Fuelos, 3 Saronir Magnemite, and then 3 Fimena, right? Like, we are running 10 hand traps in this build at 51 card build. Also, I'd like to get to 50 card, but I really can't find the last card to cut, so I'll give you guys that task in the YouTube chat and in the comments. But, you know, running the 10 hand traps mean I have the opportunity to play the game going second against the things I need to stop, right? Fimena with another. I'm already running the big Dracotail package, so Fimena is really live. Also, we're siding Droll, so like it goes up, and I think Droll is basically necessary for this format. You could potentially even main it. It's just I'm siding it. All right, so Ido. Guys, what else is there to say? Mjolnir lock, you know, Oroborous Hand loop. What else is there to say? This card wins games through hand traps. I also would have so you can break any board in the game with this build, guaranteed. But you need a way to stop their follow up. So the Ido is the best way. The only other option is Masquerade or like Lad. This just guarantees it, guys. They aren't going to have a droplet. Like, they aren't going to top deck droplet. This card just wins games going second, and then also can just make your going first on boards just really ignorant through, like, Fuelos. Elsewise, I don't lock going first with this build for the most part. Like, unless I get Fuelos, I don't lock going first. This is much more of a going second card and then going first. I make interactive branded with like branded in red, like Dracotail Flame, Horn with Mercury, or with like Mirror Jade, Quem, Cartesia. Like, no one's playing through that, but I can still lock on that board if I need to. All right, so for the spells and traps, 2 branded fusion. Konami, please give us back 3 branded fusion. So good. This card's so insane, guys. Like, having the ability to just go last card in hand branded fusion because your opponent just has to like play terrible. Like, they'll just ash your Aluber when you're on 2 cards in hand, and then you're just like, Okay, Branded Fusion. It's always funny seeing the look in people's face when you just have the hard open Branded Fusion. And then 3 Branded Opening, 2 Branded and High Spirits. I'd love this card to be at 3. You could also run it at 3 and go 52. I just want to be as close as 50 as possible. And then 1 Branded Lost, 1 Branded in red, and then 1 Branded in white. People were reading Branded in white, guys, over the weekend at Anaheim. Every time I resolved this card, it was broken. Every single time I resolved Branded white, it was broken. I think there was one time where I just, like, baited it, but it was still, like, I was losing that game anyway. It's just, like, Miracle Fusion for Branded. It's a searchable push, and it also just plays through hand traps. It's very good with the Dracotail cards, too, so... And Branded Lost is just so crazy with, like, everything just breaking boards. It's, like, why you, in my opinion, would want to run the DESPIA version over the hand trap Branded Dracotail version. And then High Spirits just, like, unbricks your hands in this build because you have, like, Sarnier, like, Shrouded, like, Triple Malulu. It's just a great way to unbrick hands and, like, play through hand traps. I'd love to run 3, but, like, also it's only once per turn, so I don't feel like it's necessary at 3. And then for the Dracotail spells and traps, 3 Rahu, 1 Ketu, and then 1 Flame, 1 Horn. Pretty standard. These cards just break boards. It gives Branded extra power spells. Then 3 Fusion Deployment, and then 3 Super Poly. Also, I forgot the Branded Retribution for the rest of the Branded cards. Obviously, Branded Retribution. And then 3 Super Poly, still the best board breaker in the game. And with VSK9 nerf, you don't really need to run the Axon Kicker. So you can just, like, use your extra deck as your Super Poly targets and dodge Imperm and break boards really easily. And then also Garura, Muddragon are very good as Super Poly targets right now. So I'm currently siding a Garura for the Mitsurugi and Yummy matchup. Okay, for the extra deck now. 2 Mirror Jade. Against my better judgment, I'm running 2 Mirror Jade because I do think... it's still your best boss monster and why you want to run this deck, and it was either this or a Borreload Furious Dragon, but I think having the second Mirror Jade makes it so you have a better time going second. You can just crash the first Jade or just not lose to not having the second Jade, and being able to spit, like, fuse off Crystron cards is really important, so having the Jade really helps there. And having the second one's really important in that situation, especially. 1 Lubellion, 2 Albion, 1 Titanclad, 1... And this is your Lunalite. Obviously, everyone talks about it, but, like, most Lunalite players aren't running the attack point boost, so their Lunalite monsters are only at 3,800 defense or whatever, so you can just attack over this, and they can't destroy it. It doesn't work against double towers, but, hey, that's why you run the hand trap, so they don't get to it. Also, Bestials are very good into the Lunalite deck, so I just feel like Bestials are super premium between Yummy, Mitsurugi, and then all the Ryzeal fuckery, and then Crystron using Mjolnir, right? Then 1 Rinbrum for the rest of the Branded spell fusions. I do think Rinbrum's very good as an endboard piece, and then Sanctifier obviously to lock your opponent with Ido, because everyone else is locking you. Why not lock them? 1 Grangwignall, 1 Quertus. I would love to run 2 Grangwignall. I'd love to run a Proskinion, but we're running the Dracotail variant. I'm running a pretty heavy Dracotail build, so I do want to have room for that, so that my Dracotail cards are pretty good in the grind game. Then 1 Chaos Star Source, no Boral, because I'm running the second Jade, so if I need a second endboard piece, I can just spin back the first Jade, make the second Jade. Chaos Star Source is pretty good, too, for outing back row, and then you can just spin it back with Secretarion Dragon, which is, I guess, the other generic. It's very good into Dracotail mirrors, especially the Branded Dracotail mirrors. And then also, it's a good way to recycle your, like, 1 Cartesia, 1 Quem very easily into rotation. And then you can recycle the Chaos Star Source. It's also a Super Poly target. It's, like, your best Super Poly target into the Draco mirror. Then 2 Altharion, 1 Gulamel. So, yeah. This is pretty standard, but, like, the 2 Altharion, because I need 1 for my combo and then 1 to make on my opponent's turn as an interruption. And then for the side deck, 1 Garura for the Super Poly target. I'm not maining it because I feel like everything else in my extra deck, it comes up more. And you're like, okay, then what's your super poly target? Once again, it's the rest of the extra deck. Like, just make a Mirror Jade. It's not that bad. 3 Droll. 3... Oh, this is such a requirement right now, Droll, between all the decks. Like, Droll just slams both decks right now, and you're on, like, 50, 51 cards, so... you will see this card. This card's also insane going first in our deck, because you can just Droll yourself to play around Mulcharmy. So I've been siding this in always going first. If I know my opponent's on Mulcharmy, or just assuming they're on Mulcharmy, right? Everyone's on those cards. So I think Droll is really good into Fuelos to self-Droll yourself, and then also as an end-board piece going first. So that they can't break your board. Because if they half-board you and you end on a Droll, you still just win the game. Like, there was a game at Anaheim in the Giant card where I ended on Albaz in hand plus 5 mana plus like an Altharion, and I had like Droll, and it was still like I just won against Pure Mitsu. Just like making the having the Mirror Jade into Renbrum in graveyard plus on top of the Droll. So I think Droll's like insane going first for our deck. It's also a high spirits target. 3 Dark Ruler. This card's getting slightly worse, but I think you need it for Yummy, so it's still the best breaker into Yummy besides Super Poly. And then for the rest of the breakers, 2 Thrust, 1 Talents. This is also for going first. And then 3 Shaddoll Fusion plus a Shaddoll Dragon. Oh, do I not have the thing? Yeah, I guess we have to... Hold on. Oh, yeah, I forgot my thing. I'm gonna have to edit that. That's funny. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to run 1 Thrust then. Yeah, like, what happened to my, Grista? I'm like... Oh, there is a catastrophic error here. So yeah, we're just doing Grista over this, Thrust here. Yeah, that's fine. So... we will just edit that in. But yeah, so 1 Talents, 1 Grista, 1 Thrust, and then this Shaddoll Fusion package. Because this is just like so broken with the Dracotail cards. So you can go Shaddoll Fusion, send the Dragon plus into Grista by sending the Gulamel, and then that gets you into your Dracotail cards. So that also pops 2 back row, so I don't feel like I need to run things like evenly matched too often, because I can just pop 2 back row with Shaddoll Fusion automatically. And then Talents, Thrust, and then Duplication for going first and going second. Just play through hand traps. Just do 2 Dark Ruler. I don't like 2 Dark Ruler, though. I just want to see that card. Like, if I'm siding Dark Ruler, I want to see that card. Like, I don't want to Thrust it. But I do get it. That could be something. Okay, so that was the deck profile, guys. I do hope that you guys liked it. We went pretty in-depth on that. Shout out to Kai for the Lady Labyrinth token. So yeah, guys, I think that Branded's in a pretty good spot right now. You just have to run it in a way that you don't just lose to FTKs. Like, I think you could run pure with the Bestials. Also, the structure deck comes out pretty soon, so by the time you're watching this video on YouTube, the structure deck might be out. And honestly, the only thing that changes for this build is that you add in one of the new spells plus Stigmata. For Stigmata, I would probably cut the second Mirror Jade or a second Altharion, and then you can just spin back one of them with the Stigmata. Probably just the second Jade at that point. But yeah, leave a like down below, comment what you guys thought on the deck profile, and if you guys are running Branded or Branded Dracotail this format, thank you guys in chat for chilling with us during the deck profile. We'll be seeing you guys later. Bye now.